Okay, before I start this video, I just want to make one comment, and I don't want to do a full gin and groans because that's just... I want to do this while it's fresh in my mind. Last night my wife and I watched Otto with Tom Hanks. This is a movie about a man who's lost his wife. And consequently, you know, he tries to kill himself, but it doesn't go as planned. However, the people that write, direct, produce these movies just couldn't resist putting a fucking transbender in it, could they? I mean, the character, they could have made some other problem for him at home, such as his father didn't understand him or something, but no, his father threw him out of the house and Otto takes him in, and they had to make him a bloody transbender. What's the matter with you people? Can't you write? Have you no brains? Do you always have to follow this shit? I don't know about anybody else out there, but I am sick and tired of it. I don't care if you're a man wanting to be a woman wanting to be a man, you're a man that likes men, you're a woman that likes women, or you're one that can't make a bloody mind up what you want. I don't care. But stop shoving it down my throat. Sick and tired of it. Okay, moan over. Let's get on to the much more interesting stuff of my Jaguar Mark II. It's time to start getting components ready for the axle, which will hopefully be coming back next week. Although I'm not going to put money on that. I think it'll probably end up being the week after. These are the components that hold the rear springs in. These ones, I'm not quite sure why, but they're kind of shiny, and these ones are rusty. The only thing I can think is, I did buy new springs many years ago. Maybe these were so rotten that I just replaced them, and these are the originals. As you can see, they're as rusty as hell. They had hammerite on them, which, as you know, I think is crap, because they changed the formula. So anyway, these will all have to be sandblasted now. I will clean this up. I'm not going to do anything more to it. I may give it a lick of black paint. I've ordered new bushes for the end. I've ordered new pads for this end. This bracket here, this goes on the left hand side rear. The right hand side rear has the I don't know what you call it, it's not a torsion bar. It's just a bar for aligning the rear axle, and I do know there's a correct name for it, but by buggered if I can remember what it is right now. Anyway, so these components will be done, plus over here, oh, that's one of my little brackets for the carburetor, and this is the rear brake caliper carrier, and a dust shield. These need to be taken apart, cleaned and powder coated, obviously done both sides. I've got to figure out the nuts and bolts here. I'm not going to reuse these. I'm going to get some grade 8 bolts for these components. No point in screwing around, and also for this as well. Alright, let me get on and give these things a bit of a clean up, and then I'll show you, well, when it's done. I may show you when they're powder coated before assembly. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Oh, because of the rotten floor here, I had to replace it. I lost the position of the throttle pedal base, and I have asked many people and they've given me measurements, but nothing seemed to work quite well. So I figured the easiest way was to get the carpet that is made specifically for my car, and draw a little square on the floor where the throttle pedal comes through. Now I will be able to fix the pedal and then get all the mechanism in, and there's a huge lot of stuff that goes across. Do note this carpet is nicely edged, and they've cut it out nicely for the steering column. I can't wait to get these in, but unfortunately that won't be for some time yet. Got a long way to go. Alright, let me get on with the pedal. Alright, it is time to remove these bushes from the leaf spring. I wasn't going to bother doing it, and then I looked at them and yeah, they are perished, which is rather annoying because they were new probably 30 years ago, and the car hasn't gone anywhere. Anyway, so let me put you on my head and let's get on with it, shall we? Now, where's my tool? There it is. You should never use an impact on these things. So I'm telling you not to do it, and I'm about to do it. It's usually on pullers that it's a problem. This is a press. Oh, and this is a ball joint press as it happens. I'm just using it because it's the right size, and that is a 16mm impact socket. So let's see how we go, shall we? Stand by for some noise. Yep, it's going slowly. Very slowly and with great difficulty, so I think I may be slightly misaligned there. Let me check. Yeah, I'm misaligned, so let's realign it. It's hitting here, so give me a second. There we go. Just move that a little bit. Put the socket back. Wind it down. Can be a little fiddly. Now I do have a proper press in my workshop out the back, but I just wanted to do it here. Yeah, crazy, huh? And there it is, out. One crappy bush. Yeah, and that was crappy too. Okay, next I would clean up the hole in here, ready for the new bush, which I'm about to order. I'm just waiting a call back from S&G Barrett. There you go, and that was using a ball joint press, which you can get from your local hardware store. Hardware store, don't lie. Your local auto store. I've ordered new pads too. Again, these have been sitting there not doing much, but they're fucked. So they're going to be replaced, and as I said earlier, I'm going to replace all these nuts and bolts, and these bolts, which, you know, they go there. I'm going to replace them all with some nice new grade 8 nuts, bolts, washers and screws. No screws. All right. I think that's it for this video. It's a very short one again, but I'm going to push it out. I like pushing it in, but I'm going to push it out this time, which is kind of tricky. Yeah. Oh, and I did, I showed you, didn't I? No, it's all right, I'll forget it. I showed you me marking the throttle pedal position. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the floor and put riv nuts in. I was initially going to weld some nuts on the underside, and then I realized there was really not much point in doing that when I have a perfectly good riv nut tool and perfectly good riv nuts. So that will be in the next video. One final thing now before I tell you to do the usual. Put some hoses in. Put this one in, goes from the water pump up to the carburetor rail where the thermostat is. Done the hose at the back which connects to the heater, and also, let me see if I can get the camera in here. There, as you can see, is the stainless steel hose. Again, that goes to the back there for the heater. The kit that I got had a straight piece of hose for back there, but there was also one with an elbow, and I've put that on there, as you can see. Excuse me a second. And I've also put an elbow there. That elbow there did initially come off of here, but what I intend to do, I'm going to go down to my local car parts store, and I think what I'm going to do is just run a hose down there somewhere and just let this vent to the ground. That's how they used to do it before all of this emissions stuff, but of course this car won't have to go through emissions because of its age. And let's face it, I will be tuning the carburetors perfectly and it will be running perfect. Well, maybe not when I first start it, but by the time I finish tuning it and getting it exactly as right. Okay, now that is the end of it for today. I still haven't got those clips for here. I'll have to do that. Then I'm going to say, get out in the garage, go do some shit. Sorry, just thought of one more thing. The heater is now not working. I don't know why. He said, what I think has happened, and I don't know how it worked before, or even if it did come to that, my memory fails me. That heater has 2 wires on it, obviously for the different speeds, but it has no ground wire that I can see. Now there is a ground wire that is hang on, where is it? Oh, there it is. There's a ground wire there, but that goes up to this I want to say it's probably a kind of like a rheostat. It's not a sliding one, it's done electrically. But there is no ground wire to this box. This box, of course, is mounted on rubber mounts, isn't it? Up there and down there and, you know, all over the shop. Everything is rubber. So it doesn't have a ground wire. My plan is to just grab a ground wire, clamp it onto the battery, clamp it onto something metal, perhaps this valve, and see if that makes it work. If it does, then I will get a ground wire and take it to this terminal here and run it probably, I don't know yet. I'll find a decent place to bolt it to. There's going to be a nice place. Oh, well, shit, look. As I say that, look. There's a nice little spot there. So I'll run it from there to there. Just a straight black wire. Just to give it a ground. And then we'll see how it performs. Okay. Now that really is it for the moment. And you really will have to get out in the garage and go and do some shit. Which is what I'm doing. You'll see it all in the next video.